I hereby open this side event. International Institute for Peace, Justice and Human Rights have organized today's event on a very important topic, freedom of expression. On behalf of the organization, I thank you all for participating in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I may introduce my panelists. It's a great pleasure for us that on our panel we have an expert, a well-known independent expert, Professor Alfred Diaz. He is the independent expert on the promotion of a democratic and equitable order. And on his right is Professor Eva Dialog, if I pronounce it correctly. She is the professor in the University of Dakar, Senegal. And on her right is Madam Daniela Dongas. She is the president of the Scales of Justice in Geneva. And on my right, on my left, is Madam Nora Abata. She is expert on education and representing Mr. Jean Francisco's Director, International Institute for Peace, Justice and Human Rights in Geneva. And on our left is Mr. Muiz Wahabuddin. He is the Secretary General of the Universal Human Rights Council, France. And on his left is Mr. Altaf Saimani. He is the permanent representative of IPSO. And on his left is Miss Ambassador Ronald Bruns. He represents Indian Council for South America. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have selected this important topic, freedom of expression, that plays a vital role in the healthy development process of any society. The freedom of why is access to freedom of expression important? We have learned panel with us. Let us be benefited by their presentation. Thank you very much. First of all, I will invite United Nations expert, independent expert on promotion of democratic and equitable international order, Professor Diaz. Sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, my friend Saeed Faiz Naqshbandi. Distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen, today, as you may know, is International Day of Happiness. This was an idea of the Bhutan government, which was assumed by the General Assembly 5 years ago, and ever since it is being celebrated. Today it is being celebrated in the UN Library with an event of readings of poetry, essays, short stories. As you may know, that is the reason why I will be leaving you right after my presentation, because I am currently president of the Pen Club, poets, essayists, novelists, and I'm also the editor-in-chief of the United Nations literary journal called Extempore. So I'm supposed to do readings, and some of my colleagues from Extempore will be doing readings there. But as a member of PEN International and also as a long-time activist for freedom of expression, it's a subject matter about which I published a great deal. As you may know, I used to be secretary of, as if the function of lawyers were to tell you what is the right interpretation of history. And Pierre Nora, whom I know, he's member of the Académie Française, he is one of the most prominent French historians. He launched in 2008 a movement called Liberté pour l'Histoire, Liberty for History. And he issued the Appel de Blois, which is reflected also in the general comment and in my own publications. I will read you a very brief excerpt from the Appel de Blois, because this is also a concern of the Human Rights Committee, that governments do not assume the role of writing dogmatic history so that you cannot have a different point of view, and if you do, then use criminal law to prosecute you. So this is Pierre Nora and the Appel de Blois, concerned about the retrospective moralization of history and intellectual censure. We call for the mobilization of European historians and for the wisdom of politicians. History must not be a slave to contemporary politics, nor can it be written on the command of competing memories. If a free state, in a free state, no political authority has the right to define historical truth and to restrain the freedom of the historian with a threat of penal sanctions, we call on historians to marshal their forces